If humans can never stand on Jupiter's surface, then where could we possibly live? Surprisingly, scientists have suggested an idea that sounds like it belongs in a futuristic movie: floating cities suspended high above Jupiter's clouds. In the upper atmosphere, the pressure is much lower than in the crushing depths below, and temperatures are far less extreme. In theory, enormous floating habitats filled with breathable air could remain suspended because Earth's air is actually lighter than Jupiter's hydrogen-rich atmosphere. Instead of building cities on land, humanity could one day build entire civilizations that float through the skies of the solar system's largest planet. Imagine looking out the window of your home and seeing endless golden and orange clouds stretching beyond the horizon. There would be no oceans, no mountains, and no forests, only a breathtaking sea of swirling clouds beneath your feet. Giant storms would drift in the distance while flashes of blue and white lightning illuminated the dark atmosphere. Every sunrise would paint Jupiter's clouds with incredible colors, creating one of the most spectacular views imaginable. It would truly be unlike any place humans have ever lived. Life inside these floating cities would depend entirely on advanced technology. Massive engines and automated control systems would constantly adjust the altitude of the habitats, keeping them safely above the most dangerous storm layers. Artificial intelligence would monitor weather patterns around the clock, warning residents whenever powerful winds or giant storms approached. Enormous greenhouses would grow fresh food using artificial sunlight, while sophisticated recycling systems would purify every drop of water and every breath of air. Nothing could be wasted because every resource would be precious. Energy would never be a problem. Jupiter contains enormous amounts of hydrogen, the same element that powers the sun. Future civilizations might use this hydrogen to fuel advanced fusion reactors capable of producing nearly limitless clean energy. Gigantic floating power stations could collect atmospheric gases, process them, and distribute electricity to cities spread across Jupiter's skies. Such technology could transform Jupiter into one of the greatest energy hubs ever created by humanity. However, living on Jupiter would still present incredible challenges. The planet's gravity is more than twice as strong as Earth's. Without advanced medical technology or powered exoskeletons, everyday activities would become exhausting. Walking, lifting objects, and even simple movements could require much more effort than they do on Earth. Over time, scientists would need to develop new ways to protect the human body from the effects of stronger gravity, ensuring that future generations could live healthy lives in this extraordinary environment. Then there is Jupiter's weather, which never truly rests. Unlike Earth's atmosphere, Jupiter is in constant motion. Massive jet streams race around the planet, and storms can grow to unimaginable sizes. Some weather systems survive for decades or even centuries. Floating cities would need powerful propulsion systems capable of moving away from dangerous storms before they arrived. Residents might receive emergency alerts telling them that an enormous atmospheric disturbance was approaching, giving engineers enough time to redirect the city to a safer region of the sky. Jupiter is not alone in space. Orbiting this giant planet are dozens of moons, several of which are among the most fascinating worlds in our solar system. Europa is believed to hide a vast liquid ocean beneath its icy surface, making it one of the best places to search for extraterrestrial life. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, and even has its own magnetic field. Callisto is heavily covered with ancient craters, and may one day become an important base for deep space exploration. Instead of living only above Jupiter's clouds, humanity could build a network of colonies across these incredible moons, creating an entire civilization throughout the Jovian system. Such a future would completely change our place in the universe. Jupiter could become a center for scientific discovery, mining, energy production, and missions to the outer solar system. Spacecraft traveling to Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, or even beyond could stop at Jupiter to refuel and resupply before continuing their journey. What seems impossible today could become routine for future generations living hundreds of years from now. Of course, none of this will happen anytime soon. Today's technology is still far from making floating cities on Jupiter a reality. We must first solve enormous engineering challenges, develop safer spacecraft, create reliable fusion energy, and design habitats capable of surviving one of the harshest environments in our solar system. But throughout history, humanity has repeatedly achieved what once seemed impossible. Flying across oceans, landing on the moon, and sending spacecraft beyond our solar system were once only dreams. Perhaps one day, Living above Jupiter's clouds will become another chapter in that remarkable story. So, could humans really live on Jupiter? Not on its surface, because there isn't one. The crushing pressure, deadly radiation, violent storms, and extreme temperatures make permanent settlement impossible deep inside the planet. Yet high above those dangerous clouds, floating cities powered by advanced technology may one day offer a remarkable alternative. Jupiter may never become a second Earth, but it could become one of humanity's greatest frontiers. As we continue exploring the universe, one thing becomes clear. The future of humanity may not be limited to a single planet. Whether it's the Moon, Mars, the icy moons of Jupiter, or even floating cities above a gas giant, every new world brings us one step closer to becoming a true spacefaring civilization. The biggest question is no longer whether the universe is waiting for us, but whether we are ready to explore it. If you enjoyed this journey into the future of space exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible adventures beyond Earth. Imagine waking up on a world where there is no solid ground beneath your feet, a place where storms larger than our entire planet have been raging for hundreds of years. Lightning flashes thousands of times more powerful than anything on Earth, and gravity is so intense that every step feels like carrying an enormous weight. It sounds like a scene from a science fiction movie, but this incredible world actually exists. It's called Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. But what if, somehow, humans decided to make Jupiter their home? Could we survive? Would we build floating cities above its clouds? Or would the giant planet destroy us before we even had a chance? Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating questions in space science. What if we lived on Jupiter? Jupiter is truly a giant among planets. It is so massive that more than 1,300 Earths could fit inside it. Even though it is the fifth planet from the Sun, Jupiter contains more than twice the mass of all the other planets in our solar system combined. From space, it looks beautiful, with its colorful bands of orange, brown, white, and gold swirling around the planet like giant rivers of clouds. But behind this stunning appearance lies one of the most dangerous environments humans could ever imagine. Unlike Earth, Jupiter doesn't have a solid surface. It is known as a gas giant because it is made mostly of hydrogen and helium, the same elements that make up the Sun. If you tried to land on Jupiter like you would on Earth or even Mars, you would quickly discover there is nowhere to stand. Instead of touching the ground, you would simply continue falling deeper and deeper into its thick atmosphere. As you descended, the pressure around you would increase dramatically until it became strong enough to crush almost any spacecraft humans have ever built. The journey toward Jupiter alone would be one of humanity's greatest challenges. The planet lies nearly 780 million kilometers from the Sun on average, meaning even our fastest spacecraft need years to reach it. During this long journey, astronauts would face cosmic radiation, isolation, and countless technical difficulties. Every system aboard the spacecraft would have to function perfectly, because a small failure millions of kilometers from Earth could become a life-threatening emergency. But let's imagine that future technology has solved these problems. Humanity has developed powerful nuclear-powered spacecraft capable of reaching Jupiter safely. As our ship approaches the giant planet, the view outside the windows becomes unforgettable. Jupiter slowly grows larger until it fills almost the entire sky. Its enormous storms rotate endlessly. Colorful cloud bands stretch thousands of kilometers across the atmosphere, and brilliant flashes of lightning illuminate the darkness beneath the clouds. No photograph could ever prepare anyone for this breathtaking sight. Then comes the biggest surprise. There is no place to land. Unlike Earth, Jupiter has no mountains, oceans, forests, or continents waiting to welcome explorers. Instead, there are only endless layers of clouds stretching deeper and deeper into the planet. Scientists believe that far below these cloud tops, hydrogen gas becomes compressed into an extraordinary substance known as liquid metallic hydrogen. This strange material behaves like a liquid, while conducting electricity like metal, creating one of the most powerful magnetic fields in the solar system. That magnetic field creates another deadly obstacle. Jupiter is surrounded by incredibly intense radiation belts, far stronger than those surrounding Earth. Any ordinary spacecraft entering these regions would receive dangerous levels of radiation in a very short time. Future explorers would need heavily shielded spacecraft and advanced protective technology simply to survive near the planet. Suppose we somehow overcome these dangers and begin descending into Jupiter's upper atmosphere. At first, the journey might seem almost peaceful. Soft clouds drift around the spacecraft while sunlight filters through layers of colorful gases. But the deeper we travel, the more terrifying the environment becomes. Winds begin accelerating to incredible speeds, more than 600 kilometers per hour in many regions. These winds never stop. Unlike hurricanes on Earth that eventually weaken, Jupiter's storms can continue for centuries. The most famous of them all is the Great Red Spot, a gigantic storm so enormous that Earth itself could fit inside it. Scientists have been observing this massive hurricane for more than 300 years, and it continues spinning today. Flying anywhere near this colossal storm would be unimaginably dangerous. Towering clouds rise high into the atmosphere, while powerful winds tear through the surrounding skies with unstoppable force. As our spacecraft continues descending, another terrifying problem appears. Atmospheric pressure begins increasing rapidly. Every kilometer deeper means more gas pressing down from above. Soon, the pressure becomes hundreds, then thousands of times greater than what humans experience on Earth. Even the strongest materials ever engineered would eventually begin to bend, crack, and collapse under such extreme forces. At the same time, temperatures continue rising. What began as freezing conditions near the cloud tops gradually transforms into an incredibly hot environment. Scientists estimate that deep inside Jupiter, temperatures may reach thousands of degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt many metals and destroy almost any known technology. The deeper you go, the less likely survival becomes. So if there is no solid ground, impossible pressure, deadly radiation, and endless storms, does that mean humans could never live on Jupiter? Surprisingly, not necessarily. Some scientists believe there may be one incredible possibility that could completely change the future of space exploration: a way to live above Jupiter's clouds instead of beneath them. And that idea could become one of the greatest engineering achievements in human history.